Flyers gonna beat the Penguins. Penguins were nothing to the Flyers in. They got mud on the face. The big disgrace. The Flyers gonna win all over the place. We will rock you. Woo! Sing it. We will rock you. Hello. This is another Flyers Live preview video of the Flyers whooping the Penguins' butt for the second game in a row. The Flyers will win tonight 7-3. The Penguins just can't match up with the Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers are just too darn good for them. Did the Flyers make mistakes in the home opener? Sure. Did Erik Gustafsson gaff the puck a bit? Sure. Did he flub it? Sure. But he made it up with 2 power play assists. He gets the shots through from the point. That is his patriarch. He has 31 power play points in 214 games played. Carter Hart played well. Kept the Flyers in it. Right? The Penguins had, the Flyers had the momentum there for the first 5 minutes. They played well. And then the Penguins just started to get their footing. They scored that early goal, made it 1-0, and then they just started to seize momentum. But then the Flyers struck. Like they always do. And to close out the first, who scored? Nolan Patrick. First game back in 652 days, and tallied a goal. A power play one. A deflection through the slot. Right where he's supposed to be. Man, it is great to have Lindblom and Patrick back. Lindblom scored off a puck off his head. But you know what the great thing about Lindblom was? He's a fighter. He went through a situation. He fought through it. And he fought in the home opener. You saw him fighting and digging for a puck. And that's when the puck went off his head and into the net. Blocking 3 shots. He was back to his old self, killing penalties. Did Carter Hart flub a puck? Did he make a stupid mistake trying to shoot the puck up the middle of the ice there? Sure. But you know what? He played well. Stick handling might not be his forte, but he played well. And I have all the confidence in the world that he will improve in that area. Because that's the only criticism of Carter Hart is stick handling. Other than that, he's phenomenal. Does he have to work on stick handling? Absolutely. There's always something to work on. But I'll tell you this, he's an awesome netminder and an even better person. And I'll tell you, without Carter Hart, don't know if they would have won that home opener or not. He really kept them in it. But kudos to the Flyers defense and the team overall team defense for the second and third periods, holding the Penguins to only 20 shots combined throughout those 2 periods. They really limited the scoring chances. Kudos to AV and his experienced coaching staff for getting this team prepared. You saw it in the third period. The Penguins looked winded. The Flyers just took control and shoved it down their throats, baby. And that's what they're going to do tonight. They're going to take their game and shove it right in the Penguins' face. Because you know why? The Flyers are just a better team than the Penguins. Okay, the Penguins might, judging from the Flyers press releases, I read all the interviews for Pittsburgh. They interviewed John Marino after the game, of course, head coach Mike Sullivan. They interviewed Tanev after the game, and each player said that there's chemistry that they need to work on, and it's a work in progress. No, I think the Flyers are just better. That's all it amounts to. They might have stuff to work on. Fine, okay. They changed their team a bit. Kudos to Chuck Fletcher for keeping his team intact. He kept them intact with a familiar coach in Alain Vigneault and his experienced coaching staff. And maybe that's why the Flyers have a heads up. Maybe Chuck Fletcher at the end of the day didn't really add in the offseason because of the shortened season and keeping the team together for chemistry purposes. Of course, with the expansion draft in mind. I think the Flyers are just a better team. They got better goaltending. I think Carter Hart's a more consistent goaltender than Tristan Jarry. Nothing against Jarry. But I think the Flyers are just a better team, and I think they'll win tonight, 7-3. The Penguins are getting they're getting elder. They're getting older. They are behind the time. They went for it. They won 3 Stanley Cups. I mean, kudos to that organization. But now this might be their time to pay, because I'll tell you, if the Flyers do win 7-3 tonight, now the Penguins are reeling. And those are 4 points lost. That's a total. That could be 8 points at the end of the season there. That's an 8-point swing. Easy. That's a big margin. I mean, you're figuring they have to get the ball rolling. Every point in this season is critical. And if the Penguins don't get their acts together, they could find themselves missing the playoffs. Because they might dig themselves a big hole. And the bigger hole you dig, it becomes that much harder to get out of. Especially when you're playing your own division 8 times. And other teams are playing in their own division too. So, and that's where we're at. And I just think that, Nolan Patrick's going to pot another tonight. He's on pace for 56 goals. Oscar Lindblom might pot another. He will pot another. Forget it. Oscar Lindblom will pot another. He's on pace for 56 goals. And I think Joel Farabee has 2 goals and 1 assist. And I think he remains red hot. He is on pace for 224 points this season. Yes, in a shortened season. Crazy how that works, right? Crazy how it works, but it's true. They're just very good. Kevin Hayes looked like he didn't miss a beat. Claude Giroux was flying. Claude Giroux was faster than I've seen him in the past few years. And Kevin Hayes is just dialed in for the penalty kill. The way he forces turnovers, the way he just shields his body, not blocking the shot, but like getting in the passing lanes is all. The way he's remarkable that way. But you know what? At the end of the day, the Flyers are going to win. And I think the fourth line pots another goal. But I think that Giroux, Hayes, and Farabee is your line, and I think JVR pots another too on the power play. I just this team is just so loaded, and I just want to say prayers to Ghost. If with his COVID situation, he will be out again tonight. The lines and pairings are the same as a home opener. So you got Lindblom, Coots, and TK, G, Hayes, Farabee, JVR, Patrick, and Voracek, and Raffle, Lawton, NAK. The pairings are as follows: Provy, Braun, Sanheim, Myers, and Haig, Gus. Carter Hart will be your starter. And you know what? They're going to put the smackdown on him. Yes, they will rock the Penguins world, baby. And that's all I want to say. Prayers to Ghost. If whatever's going on in terms of COVID, just come back 100%. Love you all. Take care.